Sandro here from Carcraft Auto Detailing in Melbourne. In this video, I'll be having a look at car wash detergents, their more specific applications and techniques, as well as reviewing various brands. It's important for me to firstly identify what I'm trying to achieve before I choose which detergent I'll be using. Personally, I have three categories for my car wash detergents. Actually, I do have a fourth, which is waterless and rinseless washing, but I want to discuss them in a future video. Today is more about traditional hose and bucket washing products. So firstly, I have my maintenance wash detergents for vehicles that have had a nano coating or durable sealant applied. I want these detergents to be not only safe in maintaining the paint protection, but also to contain minimal to no wax or sealant additives. The reason being that the protection and finish and water behaviour that a high-grade sealant produces is far better than any wash and wax product. So applying these lower grade waxes and polymers to a superior coating diminishes and restricts its advanced protection and hydrophobic performance. It's like spending a weekend restoring your car's paint, then going to a car show and putting a cover over it. For me, it's just counterintuitive. Secondly is detergents I use for maintenance washes on vehicles that have little to no protection on the paint. I want these products to contain the best possible form of protection and shine available in a washing detergent. Although the durability of the wax and polymers left behind in these products is short-lived, it is far better than nothing, and if used weekly or fortnightly, they're actually quite effective in minimising contaminant defects, such as bird poo etchings, water spots, and fallout buildup. Thirdly is detergents I use to strip the paint of any contaminants, wax or sealants in preparation for paint correction. These are more aggressive and concentrated chemicals I use in the first step of a three-stage paint decontamination that also includes iron removal and clay barring. More important than your choice of detergent is technique. The two-bucket method has become popular for one important reason: it works, as do grit guards and having a separate bucket for rims and tyres. Also, don't underestimate the importance of foam. Water is primarily a solvent. The addition of suds in your bucket, as well as using a foam lance gun or sprayer, generates that added lubrication, all of which makes for a safer, scratch-free car wash. So let's have a look at some of these products in relation to their effectiveness, finish, user experience and cost. Starting with the straight car washing detergents. The truth is that just about every car wash detergent has some form of wax or sealant in it. Whether it's clearly stated on the bottle or they use words like conditioners, nourishers or paint enhancers, it's give or take the same thing. For me, it's more about quantity, how much of these wax-like ingredients are in the product, and the only real way to know is to test them. So first up are the bargain basement deals. Armour All, together with Kitten and Turtle Wax, were some of the first products I ever bought 20 plus years ago. As a detailer, I'm a little surprised these brands have lasted, but from a price point, I can understand their place. And no, I didn't buy this bottle. I'm just a big recipient of car wash products for my birthdays and Christmas. So just last week, I gave Armour All Car Wash another crack, and lo and behold, nothing has changed in 20 years. It just feels watered down with poor foaming, so you just end up using more, which makes this $10 or so bottle not so cheap. The finish is nothing that's going to stop traffic, and I'm not sure what they were thinking when they chose the smell. It's pretty bad, like burning essence meets toilet cleaner. Next is the auto retailers brands. This one in particular is Super Cheap Auto's Car Wash. Although I've tried a few of the various auto store brands, and I have a suspicion that they are all the same, with just differences in scent and colour. Nonetheless, it's a step up from the Armour All with a better foaming and cleaning action, though personally I wouldn't get anywhere near the stated 50 standard washes. I'd say its finish is on par with Armour All, but has a much more pleasant smell and is closer to half the price. Meguiars Soft Wash Gel has been my overall favourite maintenance detergent for a good 15 years or so. There's just so many great things about it that keeps me coming back. Like all Meguiars car wash products, it's got a great foaming action, and that Dr. Pepper smell is just addictive. But what I really like about Soft Wash Gel in particular is that it cleans well, finishes down great, and doesn't change the finish, look or behaviour of the paint. It just restores it back to the day it was polished and protected. It's also the cheapest of all the Meguiars car wash detergents. And on a more personal note, I just love using this product. Maybe the smell triggers fond memories, but whatever the reason may be, you can't underestimate the user experience. And if a product makes you feel good, I say use it. Another favourite product of mine is Meguiars Next Generation Car Wash, although I was debating whether to put it in with the wash and wax products, as it does contain and leave a bit of a sealant's wet finish look and feel. However, compared to the other wash and wax detergents, it is far less prominent and altering to the paint. I'd say both its foaming and cleaning action is a touch above soft wash, and it has its own unique great smell. And unlike most of the wash and wax products, it will allow waxes and sealants to bond and cure successfully. Next up is Chemtech's Super Wash, better known as CT18. As far as value goes, this takes the win. At about $13 for a litre, even cheaper in bulk, it's a very concentrated formula that goes a long way, and its cleaning ability is class leading. And again, I was debating whether to put it in with my decontamination chemicals, as it will to a degree strip waxes and potentially compromise sealants, but only in stronger concentrations. But it's not quite as effective as my other decon products for prepping the paint. The main issue I have with CT18 is its residue and finish. On warmer days, it can be difficult to remove cleanly and is prone to leaving residue and streaking in my experience. Last is CarPro's Reset. If Meguiars Soft Wash Gel is the heart of my detergents, then Reset is the head. This product does everything I want out of a wax-free detergent. It has a great foaming action, brilliant cleaning ability, and a clean residue-free finish that does exactly what it's meant to do: reset the paint's protection and remove contaminants. It's completely safe on all coatings and durable sealants, with a nice distinctive smell, and overall a winner in this segment for me, even when taking into account its price at about $30 a litre. Now onto car wash detergents with added waxes and polymers. First up is a new offering from Turtle Wax, their Bananarama Wash and Wax, and it's a limited edition, so it must be good, right? Honestly, its finish isn't all that bad. At least better than I expected, but then again, my expectations weren't that high. Its foaming and cleaning ability aren't all that great, but I would put it a step up over the Armor All. Its banana scent is a little strange to say the least, but at $10 for a litre, you could possibly do worse. Secondly is Super Cheap Auto's Wash and Wax. To my eyes, its finish is on par with the Turtle Wax. Decent, but not exactly class leading. And having used them both just a couple of weeks ago, it's evident that their wax does diminish fairly quickly inside of a week or two at best. At $6 for 1.25 litres, the Super Cheap Auto is half the price and feels less watered down, and would be my choice for a cheap yet effective detergent. Next up is Chemtech's Wash and Wax, or CT20. Just like their CT18, this by far produces the most effective cleaning action, dealing with dirt and contaminants quickly, but again, I don't love its finish, and there's something about the hotter weather that makes both CT18 and 20, more so than other brands, harder to rinse down cleanly. Autoglym's Bodyworks Shampoo Conditioner is a great product. With a nice foaming action, it's very capable at cleaning road grime, has a nice smell, and after a couple of weeks, you can still see it working with its water-beating effect. It's about middle of the range price-wise, and likewise in its overall performance. Although there's nothing I can fault about it, there's also nothing that sets it apart. Good, honest and competitive, but not a medal winner in my opinion. On to Meguiars Gold Class Shampoo and Conditioner. This would be the company's most popular consumer car wash, and I think that Costco selling it in bulk for almost less than the cheap and nasty detergents has played a big part in that. Taking that price point into account, together with its great overall performance, with its better than average foaming and finish, it easily takes the best value wash and wax product here. But having said that, it's my least favourite Meguiars detergent. If I want a wax-free finish, I'll use soft wash. If I'm looking to boost the finish, I'll use next generation, which also gives me the option to add a wax or sealant, which gold class will create bonding issues. And if I want the best performing and glossiest finish, the next product we're about to look at takes the prize. So I'm referring to Meguiars Ultimate Wash and Wax. I'm actually really impressed with this product, both in its finish and durability. It does sit at a higher price point than most, but with a finish that can rival many of the standalone waxes and quick detailers, as well as up to a month's longevity, it's justified in my opinion. And the word wax in its branding doesn't really suit its finish and durability characteristics, which are far closer to a sealant in look and performance. There's nothing I can fault in this product, from its awesome smell to its great foaming ability and friendly ease of use. Last in this category is Bowen's own Nanolicious Wash. I think a lot of thought and process has gone into this product. It seems like cost was more of a secondary consideration, which is nice to see. And it feels like they just went for it and made the best possible product they could. But at $20 per half litre, it's by far the most expensive product here over all categories. But for me, as always, value is more important than price. And in the few months of testing it on my own cars, I've come to that conclusion that it does just that, deliver great value. Generally, I use a non-wax or sealant additive detergent, as all my cars have nano coatings, and usually I'll dry the vehicle with an SiO2 sealant such as Reload to maintain the coatings. But as Nanolicious has been designed to work with and maintain SiO2 coatings, I found it to finish and protect better than any detergent I've used to date. Though on a side-by-side comparison with CarPro's Reload sealant, it does fall short on shine and water behaviour. But up against any other detergent, it is by far the winner for quick washes in between sealant top-ups. Now onto decontamination detergents. CarPro's Iron-X Snow Soap was a product I had high hopes for when I first tried it a few years back. Being able to address iron and fallout removal during the decon wash was a very attractive and time-saving proposition. And although this is great and effective at decontamination washing, it's not at all capable of removing iron deposits, even when doubling and tripling the recommended dilution in my experience. It's also quite a costly product, and just like all iron removal cleaners, it stinks. Autobrite's Magifoam is perhaps the best foaming detergent I've ever used. I also like its versatility, where it works as a maintenance wash at lower dilutions, but it's quite an effective traffic film remover at stronger concentrations, and it really does go a long way, making it a very cost-effective product. Then on to Morning Fresh. As you may know, dishwashing detergents are far stronger and more effective at cleaning than any car wash detergents, and they will strip wax and certain sealants, which is usually not a good thing. But when preparing the paint for correction, it's a great thing, as you want to remove as much of the surface contaminants and wax and sealants as possible, as this will produce a far superior and easier compounding, polishing and or sealing experience. Most dishwashing liquids will do the job just fine. I just like these rhubarb, raspberry and apple Morning Fresh detergents for their scent. And last but not least is Meguiars Super Degreaser. As a standalone, this is the most effective product I use to break down environmental contaminants and existing wax and sealants on paint. And it's a completely safe and capable product for this use. So what do I use out of all these decon detergents and chemicals? Personally, over the years, I've developed my own mix of degreaser, dishwash liquid and Magifoam that I use in both my pressure washer foam lance and in the wash bucket as well. For me, it produces the best result whilst being 100% safe on paint and cost effective. Also, I want to add that there are many other fantastic car wash detergents out there, such as Meguiars Hyper Wash, Duragloss Concentrate, P21's Bodyworks, and Concourse's Snow Plus, which is a favourite of mine. These videos are about what I have on hand and what I'm using at the time. And lastly, just a quick tip before I go, a couple of cupfuls of O&R or Optiglym's Opti-Clean work great in your car wash bucket together with your favourite detergent to give you that extra added lubrication. I hope you found this video useful. Please like, comment and subscribe to show your support. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.